Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers, where today we are going to be talking about the upcoming event. The event which I was supposed to do when I reached 3,000 subscribers, which may or may not have been about a month ago now. I've been busy, alright? Leave me alone. But today we're going to be talking through what the event is going to be about. Spoilers in the title probably of this video, and then we're also going to talk about some of the rules and things just because it's easier to talk in a video rather than actually just in writing. I'll talk it through as we go through it, but the main things you need to know is if you want to be in this competition / tournament, you need to join my Discord, link in the description down below. That's where you can put your interest into it and have a chance of actually getting in it, as long as, depending on how many people we get, depending on how big the tournament's going to be, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's start off with some basic rules, shall we? So first things first, it's obviously going to have to be a small grid-based robot. It has to fit within a large grid 3x3 space, also known as 15 small grid blocks. So if I was to line up that, you'll see 15 is the maximum size you're allowed to make your BattleBot. So some of the other rules, or quote-unquote rules, basically just guidelines, just to make sure that it's fair. These robots are going to be remote controlled, so don't bother trying to put a seat on it. Make sure you put a remote control block and then have a name so you'll be able to control and know how to use it. You may mean you want an antenna, depending, that kind of thing. The grid mass of your BattleBot cannot exceed 8,000 kilograms. So when you actually look into the info of your build, you'll see your grid mass. So that means the weight of your vehicle as well as whatever weapon you are going to put onto your vehicle. Now, that means that if you want to, sure, you can build your entire robot out of heavy armor. But that means it's going to be smaller. So if I compared this one to this one, so this is a light grid, light armor robot, which is 7,811. The exact same one in heavy armor is... Oh, sorry, this is a light armor. So 5,273 is a light armor, and heavy armor is, what, 7,000? So, you save a couple of thousand kilograms worth of weight, which is quite cool. The only other rule I'd say is... Oh, there's two more rules, sorry. There's... Don't use mag plates. So if you're using a vehicle, you can't use a mag plate to either make some kind of arm to grip the robot, and you also can't use mag plates to lock yourself down to the ground. So mag plates are just straight up banned for this thing. Preferably, I would like the vehicles to be powered by batteries rather than any kind of reactor or anything. So make sure it's battery powered. And your choice of weapons are block-based weapons, so no block weapons in terms of like guns. So you're not allowed to use any of these blocks. You're not allowed to use any block tools. So you're not allowed to use drills or grinders or welders, anything like that. Don't use them. This is a BattleBot competition, so that means you're using things like spinners. So, something like big spinny boys. That means vertical, horizontal. I'm not telling you how to do it. You could use some kind of flipper. So having some kind of arm where you make a ramp and you kick the bots up. That could be interesting. You could use a pusher using pistons to shunt enemies. It's entirely up to you. I'm not going to limit you of how you do it, as long as all of your vehicle fits within this 3x3 area. So that means when your bot is, folded down or in its smallest spot, it has to fit in this. If you want to, once the battle has started, you could use pistons or whatever you want to expand your vehicle to make it bigger. I don't care about that. But as long as the starting size of your vehicle does not exceed a 15 by 15 block. I don't really think this needs to be said, but obviously these battle bots are wheeled-based battle bots. No flying, no hovercraft, nothing like that. They are wheels driving around on the ground. Don't make a flyer. Yeah, simple. Now, this ain't finished yet, but this is a sort of size of the BattleBot arena. I'm still under construction. And don't worry, I'm in my suspension testing world. I just wanted a nice flat spot, so I chose this world. Don't worry about it. But yeah, this is so far what I've done in terms of the BattleBot arena. So it's not tiny in space. You'll have your 2 starting points, and yeah, there'll be a couple of different traps and things. Just, you know, general BattleBot things. That's just generally how these games go, and I'm going to make some viewing points so if the other guys that are in this competition or whoever can, you know, watch each fight, that kind of thing. In terms of how to either, you know, lose or win, or however you want to say it, I'm going to say there's 3 requirements that you have to adhere to in order to stay in a fight. The first one is ensuring that your remote control block isn't destroyed. So if your remote block, for whatever reason, gets destroyed, that's it, your vehicle is out because you can no longer control it. If your main weapon isn't working or is entirely unfunctional, so you can't really damage any other opponent, that's you out of the match. Or if you can't move, get stuck, if you're flipped over, anything like that, that also means you are out of the fight. Now, I say before, if your weapon is destroyed, also say all weapons are destroyed. I'm not saying that you can't just have one weapon on your BattleBot. If you want to, you can have as many weapons, as in, you know, the spinning type blocks or stuff, as you want. However, the more mass you put into your weaponry, the less mass you can put into the rest of your vehicle and armor and all that kind of thing. So that's the fun of these BattleBots, is you choose where you want to put your weight and where you want to, you know, do you want to be more of a shell or do you want to be more of a brawler? It's up to you. Alright, whilst editing this video, I realised I missed out a little bit of information, so I'll say it now. The way that these tournaments are going to work is they're going to be obviously a 1v1 type fight. However, each fight is going to be run 3 times. And then whoever wins the majority of these fights wins the actual round and then goes on, and etc, how tournaments work. Each battle is going to be a 3-minute, or max time of 3-minute fight. So if by the end of the fight both BattleBots are fully working, it's going to go down to a couple of judges who decide who gets the point. These things are impacted by who does the most damage, who is the most active during the fight, you know, that kind of thing. So a lot of it is about survival, but a lot of it is also about doing damage or, you know, being active in the fight. Just wanted to put that in mind. Also, we'll say that as well as whoever wins the actual fight, or wins the tournament in general, so it'll work as a, you know, a standard tournament. You have 2 people fight, 2 people fight, 2 people fight. Whoever wins those ones fight the next set, and closer until you get a 1v1 of the final ones. You'll also get losers versus losers and get a first, second, third place thing, where I will do some kind of prize. Don't worry, you will win something as well as just having a fun time. I will say there'll also be a little prize for whoever builds the coolest type of BattleBot, shall we say. So that doesn't, it may not be the best BattleBot. It may not win, you know, all the fights that it goes in. It may never win a fight. But if it looks cool, I'm going to give you a point and you'll probably win something. So for all those people who like the bricks, you know, maybe you should build something interesting. Wink, wink. But yeah, that's that's all I've got really for this video. Stay tuned on the Discord where I'll release more and more information. I haven't quite chosen the exact time that this event will start, but I want to give you guys at least a month or so to be able to build whatever BattleBot you want, because you'll have to obviously have it saved as a blueprint and then bring it into the world when you need to fight with it. But yeah, hopefully all of that information made sense to you. Like I said, stay tuned on the Discord. That's where all of the stuff will be given. And if you are interested in the event, make sure you join the Discord. Link in the description down below. And yeah, happy building. As always, my name's been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!